Decent peel. It's for you. Pressure. Jeff wants pressure. So you guys might recall recently I made a video on a Speedience product. These guys do high-tech fitness gear. It was called the Gym Monster 2, and it was a resistance-based system, very sleek, high-tech, a display with guided workouts. This is their exercise bike, same company. This is called the VeloNix, and it has some pretty high-tech stuff with it, including to start this magnetic drive unit, which might make it a little bit safer in environments where you have young kids and you don't want to have any kind of moving parts. The entire thing has a really modern look to it. One of the nice touches is the fact that you can plug the power cord either into the back or the front. As far as the unboxing experience is concerned, it's really easy to put together. It starts upside down. You put the feet on the main unit. Essentially, you screw in the feet, flip it over, and that's pretty much it. I mean, you do have to clamp this display on as well. Screw that down and you're pretty much good to go. From an ergonomics perspective, there's a lot of different places to grip up front. You have adjustments for your gear ratio, as well as your gradient or your incline. Some other cool things about the hardware, obviously adjustable seat and also adjustable front to back. The pedals, you might notice, are pretty streamlined for an exercise bike. However, those are replaceable as well if you wanted to go with something custom or something that can keep your foot held in place. We've also got adjustment up front for the handlebars if you want to elevate those. Another cool thing, this LED light, which is responsive to the power output. So the amount of input that's coming from your legs will actually change the color of this light all the way up to red for like the maximum amount of power input. You probably also noticed that you have a 1/4 inch thread here. This is so you can mount your own devices, whether it be a phone or your very own tablet, and there's a USB-C on the front which you can plug into in order to keep that device charged up, considering the fact that this one is plugged into the wall. You also have a water bottle holder. The display is large, 21.5 inches with a big speaker unit on the bottom, and it's gonna surprise you the amount of sound output that you get out of this speaker. The other thing about this display is that it swivels. You can see I can adjust the angle here, whatever is comfortable for me. Power button, but it puts the display to sleep and then it wakes up really quick if you hit it again. So it's not like a complete shutdown. You can tap the screen to wake it up as well. And you've also got dedicated volume buttons here for that speaker. In some circumstances, if you're doing one of these rides like cycling in Northern Europe, then the gradient or the incline is determined by the actual scenic ride. You have these races that you can participate in. And then obviously you have your guided exercise as well. Well, let's just jump on it and I'll show you guys what it's like to ride. Decent peel. It's for you. So here's my coach, Coach Jeff in this case. This is pretty straightforward stuff. Here we get it going, get it spinning. You can see my heart rate is now displayed on the screen and on the Apple Watch. So this is the Speedience app on the Apple Watch. It'll show my distance traveled, calories burned, and BPM as well. So we got a lot of data down here on the bottom that we can follow, and you can't really hear him that much. I'm gonna swipe down from the top. Here we have our total sound output. Now we can adjust the amount of voice guidance relative to music. Pressure. Jeff wants pressure. Decreasing sprint intervals, sprints to climbs. Now, you'll also notice that there's a pro badge on some of these, so they do have a subscription, but the subscription just enhances the bike. It's not necessary to use it, which is good considering the bike itself already has an expensive price tag to begin with. So you can use it out of the box as it is. And what you'll notice is like this one, sprints to climbs, 28-minute intermediate workout. It's included. This is not part of the pro subscription, so there's options there for you if you don't want to have a subscription. If you do, it's like 15 bucks a month. So in here we can see the recommended cadence for this workout, the training gradient, the calories we'll burn, and obviously the duration of that workout as well. There's a few different instructors to choose from, and as you scroll, it just populates. Like you can basically pick whatever type of workout you want to do. The scenic rides are also cool, and what's cool about these is the amount of power that you're putting into the bike is reflected in the scenic ride, so you're actually moving more quickly through that ride. The frames are refreshing faster in order to mimic what it would be like to be going faster on that particular ride. So I'm just noticing here, it has the automatic gradient. It's set to auto mode, so the resistance is changing throughout the ride without me doing so, but I can turn that off and then just select manually if I prefer. And these are actual rides, so Greenheart Cycling Adventure is a beginner exercise in the Netherlands. You can see the actual map of where this has been recorded. From there, we have a separate section for stages. We could do group competitions in here. You can see these are like massive 13,000 foot climb. And then there's like leaderboards and you can compete with people. We can pick France, Spain, Italy. So if you're a more advanced cyclist, you're probably gonna like this section. I like this section because I'm more of a beginner when it comes to cycling, and I like the idea of being able to watch my own content too. And that's where this differentiates itself from some other popular brands. So you see you have a whole YouTube page. You could watch YouTube, you could watch Netflix, and just, you know, get your ride going. Now this is in full screen mode. If I'm doing the Apple Watch integration, I can still see those specifics while I'm watching my video. And obviously I can still manually control the amount of resistance. I can still see my metrics displayed down below. So I can have that menu drop down if I choose, and then I just got some quick settings to choose from, or I can bump it back up and I can see my speed, cadence, the training zone that I'm in, my power watts, the gradient, gear ratio, and even my left and right leg output. And then I can just drop that down if I want to maximize my video that I'm watching, but at least I'm getting a little bit of feedback to let me know that I'm actually working hard while I'm watching whatever it is that I want to watch. Obviously the display is completely touchscreen, so even things like gear ratio and gradient we can control directly on the screen instead of using the hardware buttons if that's easier. There's also integration with Zwift, which is not something that I've used, but it's kind of like a video game for cycling. So you can download that, install it on here. Basically, you have like a virtual cycling game that you can compete with friends in, and obviously your inputs here are reflected within the game, so that's pretty cool. Last up, you have your progress over time, different badges that you can unlock. It'll show you the total amount of ascent that you've traveled, your total power output, calories burned, things like this. You can set goals for yourself. You can share this progression with others, challenge others based on it. Basically keeps tabs on everything that you've accomplished in order for you to, I guess, better set your goals into the future. So you have it. That is the Spedience VeloNix. Actually kind of a beautiful design. It really looks inspired by road bikes, and if you've got something in your space and you're gonna stare at it all the time, it's nice that it's sleek. And the other thing I like about it is it doesn't require a subscription. That's key in 2025. We have so many subscriptions. I like the way they've done it where it's an extra. If you want the extra stuff, you can pay for it, but the thing is full featured out of the box without the need to sign up for anything more. And that's kind of nice and unusual in 2025. Now this thing is targeted at professionals. It has all that really enhanced data if that's what you're looking for, but it also works perfectly fine for beginners too. People like myself that might want to watch our own content on the display, Netflix, YouTube, all that streaming stuff is in there. And then of course you've got the more advanced stuff like those guided workouts and of course the countryside rides. There's a lot of stuff to explore in there. Anyway, there it is. That is the Spedience VeloNix.